Hey, I'm Cam.
I'm Jenna.
I'm for Kyle.
We're from Tonight Alive and you're watching LTLtv.
And tonight we have the band Tonight Alive here, and we're gonna be having an interview with them. So say hi to LTLtv, guys.
Hello.
Hey,
Hello.
All right. Okay. So we got Cam, Jenna, and Vakayo.
That's
All
right.
right, Vakayo. Oh yes, finally. All right. Okay. So hi guys. So welcome to Singapore.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And how do you find Singapore so far, guys?
Awesome. We've had the best time. We never have the time on tour to explore places, so we usually just come in, play the show and go, but we've had a bit of time off here. So today we went to Universal Studios and the aquarium. Yesterday we did the zoo
In the mall.
and the mall. I don't know, we've just been having a really good time here and everyone's been super accommodating and welcoming, and the show's tomorrow, so fingers crossed. I'm pretty sure it'll be a good one.
Are you guys excited for the show?
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely. We just did sound check and it sounds awesome. The venue's great and we're just all like really good moods because we've had 3 days off. So so it's great. We're really excited.
All right. Okay. All right. So, tell me more about your new album because it's coming out really, really soon, right? So, tell me more about your new album.
The album's called The Other Side. It comes out in about 10 days, so on the 6th of September in Australia and then the 10th in America. And obviously that's grouped with other territories as well. The album took 2 years to write. We recorded it in Coffs Harbour in Australia, which is in our state, New South Wales. Yeah, it's an album about progression, change, growth. I guess it just entitles a lot of perspective. It's about standing in the present and looking back at the past and accepting it and understanding it for the first time. So making sense of everything in a way.
I see. So it's based on your personal experiences.
Very much so. For the first time, well, not for the first time, but more so than ever before, it's extremely personal and based on our challenges and experiences.
I see. Nice. Okay. So, who are your musical influences as a band?
We have a lot of influences, I guess. As I said before, a main influence, I guess, for writing this record and that was us touring and personal experiences and kind of growing up in the next stage of this band. And also, I guess, touring with other bands that we really respected and kind of wanted to emulate their success, I guess, in a way, live-wise. So we were really conscious with that when we were writing, and I just guess kind of growing up was really like a massive influence on this record for us. But I guess musically,
it's so diverse, and it's come such a long way since when we started. We would have had like a list easily to rattle off when we started out of who our influences were, but we all listen to such different music now. For example, some of Cam's favourite bands are Fleetwood Mac and Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's music that you probably don't hear in Tonight Alive, and that goes for... Same with me as well. I love Alanis Morissette, but you wouldn't really be able to hear it in our music, I don't think. But maybe it comes through just writing in a writing sense or a performing kind of way.
it just brings in different ideas.
Different elements,
like
yeah.
if you just listen to pop punk and that's all you listen to, you're always going to have that same kind of structure and same kind of verse and chorus kind of thing. So I think with having everyone listening to different things, it always brings in something...
A positive influence, yeah.
Yeah, definitely something different.
Okay, wow. So you guys have worked and shared stages with a lot of big names that you guys look up to. So how did it feel?
Awesome. I guess Simple Plan was a band that we never thought we'd support. I remember hearing them for the first time when I was 12, and then we got to play with them in 2011 on tour, and they were great guys and super professional, and but more than anything, really, really kind and friendly, which they don't have to be. They really were. They went out of their way to be good people to us. And
yeah, I mean, touring with bands that are, I guess, of such a higher status than you, it makes you want to be better, and it makes you kind of look at yourself and be like, yeah, I want to get to that, and it pushes you a lot, and you see what they're doing on their show and what production they're doing, and you're like, I want to do that. So I think it's such a positive thing to kind of play with those international bands, and we were lucky enough to have a lot of that support.
Okay, wow. All right, so you guys have done so many tours in the past. in the past few years, right? So if you guys have to pick one, just one, which one is the best tour?
Pierce the Veil tour.
Pierce the Veil
We
tour.
collabed with the Sky tour end of last year, which was Pierce the Veil's album tour. And I mean, I don't know, just every night we got to watch them play, and we played really good venues. We had Hands Like Houses from Australia on the bill as well, which are like our best friends now. And it was just like a really great opportunity for us to kind of expand our fan base in America and play great venues every night and just actually have a lot of fun on the tour. And not for once not really feel like we were just like the first band of the night that everyone hated. So it was good, yeah.
Same with you guys.
Absolutely, yeah. It was great fun. It was just as Cam said, everything was good about it. It wasn't just a cool band to watch every night, and it wasn't just good venues, but crappy bands to play alongside. Like, it was the whole package kind of tour. And another little cherry on top was that we adopted a puppy. She was a stray on the road, and she didn't come into our hands first, but a guy that was actually following the tour picked her up out of like a cardboard box at a gas station. And she had fleas, and she wasn't very well, and she was really bloated. I guess she hadn't been eating, and anyway, there's a lot wrong with her at the time, but we were like, we can look after her, man. Like, we had a bus, and we took her on and looked after her for 2 weeks, and it was the best thing in the whole world to have a dog on the.
She used to piss in my bed.
Yeah.
I always love the bottom bunk, which is normally great, but then the puppy would used to go into my bunk and just piss in it and sleep in it and stuff. But yeah, actually no, she'd piss in it and I'd be angry, and then she'd come and sleep in it, and I'm like, oh, I can't be angry at you.
You couldn't. We trained her as much as we could in 2 weeks and just fell in love with her. We haven't seen her since, but we're in contact with her sort of family now. So. Yeah.
It's nice. Oh. Okay, so what's inside your tour bus fridge?
Beer.
Coconut water.
I guess
hummus.
There's so much hummus.
I think each person on the bus had their own thing of hummus. Which is kind of nice because everyone's being respectful and not eating everyone else's, but at the same time it's ridiculous because there's just so many.
There's always milk for Matt's cereal and Zach's coffee. What else? We always get frozen food. It's really bad, but I guess
sometimes there's like 5-day-old meals that Jenna hasn't eaten and is left in the fridge.
Oh wow!
That's the reason behind that is that
she always feels bad for throwing things out, but then she forgets about it.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, I don't want to throw that out. I'll eat that later." And then she puts it in the fridge, and then 5 days later, it's like
someone pulls it out. And it's like Jenna
with her name on it.
Yeah,
Jenna.
Can't even deny it.
That's awesome. All right, okay. So who are the top 3 artists that you guys have been listening to lately?
My iTunes is just on repeat all the time. Alanis Morissette, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Actually, at the moment, Cam made me a new playlist, so I've been listening to a lot of them. And Rage Against the Machine I listen to before we play.
Oh, nice. What about you?
3 completely contrasting artists.
I always listen to Thrice. I started listening to Under Oath again. I don't know why, but they're only Chasing Safety, which was such a good album, and Fight Star.
What about you, Cam?
3 things.
The most recent thing I downloaded was actually an hour and a half long chill out song, just a complete instrumental song. Because what happened is when me and Jake shared a room in Manila, and the hotel room had this just music going the whole time, and it was so awesome. Like, we just didn't watch TV, didn't really do anything except listen to that music and chill out. So I went and got that, and now I play it in our room now because it doesn't have hotel music.
Nice.
So
You got used to the luxury.
it's not an artist, but I think the thing is we're always surrounded by bands and loud music and just noise in general. So it's nice to just listen to music. Sometimes it's not from a band or an artist, so it's not really abrasive in your ears. It's just kind of part of the room.
Nice, yeah. So it's just that chill out music
It doesn't
nowadays.
It's just it was a YouTube video.
Ah.
Damn. So good.
Okay, so if you guys were not musicians, what would you guys be doing for a living?
Well, no music at all.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys were not musicians, yeah.
Well, I used to play rugby league, and it kind of got to a point where I was like, do I play rugby league or do I do music? And I chose music, so maybe I would be doing that. I don't know. I really enjoyed that. I don't know. Yeah, I guess maybe that's my answer.
What about you, Jenna?
Maybe I would have pursued art a little bit more. I loved art in high school and I was actually better at it than music, like grade-wise, which is funny that this is my professional career path now. But maybe art, like an art, I'm not sure how far that would get me though, but also...
Judge Judy?
I wanted to be Judge Judy Jenna when I was a kid. And also, yesterday, Jake and I were talking about it. Oh, we were at the zoo yesterday and I wanted to be a zookeeper / marine biologist at one point. But that, I forgot about it, so obviously it wasn't that serious.
What about you, Cam?
I wouldn't mind working with like animals or something. Maybe like learning about food a bit more and kind of combining the two a bit. Really nice.
I see, that's awesome. Okay, so this one, the next question is actually a fan question. So, which song are you guys most anxious to play live and why?
Like anxious?
Anxious, yeah.
Like that we want to play it, or we're nervous about playing it?
When like the one song that
We've just added like 2 new songs to the set from the album, and we only played them once, which was at Bazooka Rocks in Manila. So I guess like we practice them a bit, but it takes a while to kind of really get into it. So I guess every time we play those new songs, I think people are expecting like a lot from them because they're the new songs, you know. So I guess we're a bit anxious in that sense. Good anxious though, not bad anxious.
It's so nice. It's so refreshing to play new songs. Like, it's just feels like with the old songs you kind of just go through the motions because we play them now for like 2 years every day.
It's like muscle memory.
Yeah, and it's not really, you don't really think about it anymore. It's so true.
But
these new songs, like you kind of have to think about your past because you're not used to playing them, and it's just they're different, like a feel to them, I think, as well.
They have a different groove.
And it feels really good. Like I'm really excited to play new songs, and we try not to like put too many new songs in the set.
Yeah, we know what it's like to be fans of music and go to a show and have your favourite band play all this new stuff and you're like, play the first album that we like love you for. So we're never going to be a band that does that, but we're just slowly introducing new stuff, and I think The Other Side is an album that fans are actually really going to love. Like I feel really confident that it's an album that we're proud of, but it's also an album that I think people will really connect to and hopefully love even an uplifting song, and it's really positive, but it's also like, I guess just it means a lot to me, to put it simply. Like it talks about coming out of a dark time and into sort of the new stage of your life, and like how it's really refreshing and I guess reflecting on sort of dark times, and I think that's something that everyone can relate to, whether it's on a really small scale of like even leaving high school or breaking up with the guy you were with for 3 months, something that seems like insignificant in the scheme of things. It can be like maybe life-changing, I guess. Helen back for me.
You back?
Cam,
I'm sorry.
I honestly love. What do you call me back?
I said back.
Again, back.
Anyway.
McDonald's, I want McDonald's.
You can call me back if you want. I like all the songs, honestly. Like I can't pinpoint one. Like if I'm in, it depends on your mood, really. But I honestly just love listening to the album. Yeah. I know that's a really diplomatic answer, but it's true.
What about you?
I feel the same one. I'm just so I'm actually really, really proud of the final outcome of it, and it was a lot of work, but like this time around, it was so much fun. It was so much more fun, and everything came together a lot more easier. It was a lot of work, but I enjoyed doing it, and I'm just really proud of what it kind of came out to be. So as Cam said, I'm very happy. Yeah, I'm sorry. But I love the whole album. Like there's not like there was a couple of songs on the last album that like I didn't really like as much.
You can't even listen to them anymore.
Yeah, I can't listen to them. So, but all these songs I love, and I can't wait for everyone to hear them.
Alright, okay, so opportunity to interview you all. So yeah, we wish you all a really great time here in Singapore, and I bet you guys can rock the stage tomorrow at the festival. So
I hope so.
Alright, so yeah. This.
Malawi.
Malawi.